Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video. Today we've got a new like red-blue spoiler set. I think we're gonna get like this for the end of the week, and then I'm guessing next week's gonna be like the green-yellow cards. But we got these ones, and they show off some really interesting cards for each of these archetypes as well, and kind of like just like the red-blue stuff, but also just some stuff I think like each color is gonna get. It'll make sense when I get there. But let's talk about this Android 17. He's an android and a Universe 7 leader. Very interesting. The Android tag does a lot for a lot of things, but unfortunately he's blue, and you'll see on his backside he's you need to have kind of some red to play him somewhat optimally, so that's a little sucks. But what he says is when this card attacks a leader card, draw one card. Also, he doesn't have Warrior of Universe 7. I don't know if I said that already, but he doesn't. So that's also something to take account of. It's not like huge, but it's something like the other leaders get on when he doesn't. Also, active main once per turn, choose one Universe 7 card in your hand, place in your drop area, and then draw one. So this, this is still like a +0, but being able to cycle cards that you don't need is great. Being able to find what cards you need, so you get to see like 2 cards a turn as long as you didn't go first. So that's really nice. And then his Awaken is it's untap one, draw one, so not too bad. And then on the Awaken side here, so still when this card attacks, draw one. And then also this active main once per turn for 1 red and 1 blue. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, return it to the owner's hand, then choose up to one Universe 7 card in your drop area, add it to your hand. And also active main once per turn, if there are 9 or more multicolor extra cards and or Universe 7 cards in your drop area, this card gets plus 5k power, double strike, and critical infiltration in the turn. I'm going to assume that this is additive, which means if you have 5 multicolor extra cards and 4 Universe 7s, then it adds up. But it's really weird. So even though this is like an Android and Universe 7, it's really leaning towards Universe 7. It doesn't look like if you want to play this guy optimally, it's going to be really hard to have non-Universe 7 cards in here too, and then also you have to run red. So it's a little bit limiting, unfortunately, but it is really cool that we have this leader. I was honestly hoping it would be a wish leader. That would have been really cool in my opinion, especially spoilers. He made a wish with the Super Dragon Balls, but yeah, I think this is okay. It's a little bit too linear for me to be too excited about it, but I don't know, just a two energy removal that also lets you go +1 is really nice. It's it doesn't KO the card, it returns it to their hand, so you kind of still go even with them, but just double strike critical is fantastic that you can just have on your leader, and it's a 20k double strike critical, so that'll start doing a lot of damage, and just because you're able to cycle so much and everything, this is probably a pretty solid leader. It's just not really flashy, I guess, but yeah, I think this will be well. Next up, we've got this Bear. Okay, this card I'm really excited for, and the other one next to it, wait, where is it? It's that one. Okay, we'll talk about it in a second. But Barrier of Hope. So it's this permanent, and I think every color is going to get this. They're going to be like the new rares. You can activate this card's activate battle from your hand without paying its energy cost. So it has an activate main. If your leader card is blue, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier. Return it to his owner's hand, then draw 2. So that's super duper good. And then also there's active battle. Choose up to one of your opponent's leader card. Choose up to one of your leader cards or battle cards gets plus 5k power for duration of the battle. Yeah. So pretty much this is an extra card with a combo cost, which is nuts. A 3 cost energy extra card can be kind of steep to pay for, but if you can just at any time discard it for a boost, and also for the record, giving something a plus 5k power for duration of the battle is almost across the board better than just comboing, because it gets the power boost immediately, and then you can do like some shenanigans with things that care about what their power level are, and or like cards that care about boosting their power level. And also just like offers some protection, because then like if you have a 15k thing and you use this Barrier of Hope to give it a 5, they can't KO the card unless they give it -20 now. And if you just give it -15, I guess it's just for the battle, right? It would be KO'd after the battle, but I don't know. It's just something that's better. Like another thing is like the new Red Goku leader. You can give some plus 5k power, and if it gets over the 25k barrier for the Awaken, you can do it then when you're technically only comboing. So that's great. The fact that you're able to just like destroy, it returns it to the owner's hand, but Like if you're playing against something that just plays Path, you can just say, oh cool, I use Barrier of Hope to bounce the Path, then I get to draw 2 cards. And if you had pressure on the board already, you're sitting pretty. And once again, worst case, you can just combo with this card out of your hand. Really good. I'm going to skip that Bearish for a sec. We're going to go Cease to Exist. This one is super nuts. And I think this is like going to be like an automatic staple in like Prison Frieza. Not only because it's like, Kaba's Awakening is really great in that deck because it's an extra card you can combo, so you can, get it to your drop area for free. This does the same thing because you can give your leader a battle card once again plus 5k. But also, if your leader card is red, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring Barrier, and get minus 25k power for duration of the turn. That's just like almost like automatically kills 2 things right off the bat, right? Like even if it's like turn 5 and they have a 4-drop and a 5-drop, this will still kill most of the cards that will be played on turn 4 and turn 5. This is just a crazy amount of removal. I'm almost feeling like, it should have been like minus 20k, but it is a 3 energy cost card, so I kind of get it from that point. But man, that's a lot of removal on this card. And ignoring Barrier too is just the piece on the top. So this will, if Prison Freeze is a thing, they're definitely going to run this just because it's so flexible. And once again, worst case, you can just combo it out of your hand, and then you can get extra cards into your drop area super easily. So love this card. I think it fits the archetype very well. Next up, we've got Bearish Divine Obliterator. So this is our first super combo that's multicolor. It's a common too, so I'm guessing all 6 color combinations are going to get something like this. I really hope so, and not just like red, blue, and yellow, green, just so they don't get the boost from it. But yeah, so this is a super combo with Energy Exhaust. It is a free combo as well, so that's pretty much reserved for these guys, I guess. Any multicolor card has at least a 1 energy cost to combo with. But if your leader card is red or blue, and it's your opponent's turn, when you combo with this card from your hand, choose up to 1 of your red or blue multicolor energy. Choose 1 of your red and blue multicolor energy, switch to active mode. So a couple things. One, this is nuts being able to untap on your opponent's turn. So I mean, so a lot of people put this to like Unyielding Trunks. If we want to look at that one real quick, we can go over there. Unyielding. There we go. Nope, it's a battle card. There we go. All right, Unyielding Spirit Trunks. So during your turn, when you combo with this card, if your leader card is blue, choose up to 1 of your energy and switch to active mode. Right, so it has a lot of things that are in common. This is limited because it's so good, and I think this being a super combo makes it more fair, just because you can't run other super combos. A couple other things. So one, it's only during your opponent's turn, so you can't abuse this aggressively. At least aggressively on your turn. You can still be aggressive with it. And also, it's strictly a red-blue multicolor card, unlike Unyielding Spirit Trunks was just any energy, so you have to make sure you pretty much have to run this in a red-blue deck, which isn't terrible. But also, there's no like restriction on like how much life you're at or what your sparking is. You can play this on turn 1 if you want. Like even if you don't use it on your opponent's turn, this is just a free card you can use for like a rival and everything. So I think this is nice to have like these cards that do this. You just have to be wary that you don't get the card advantage that you would normally get. You get more of like, for this one, you get energy manipulation, which I think right now is a fair trade for this super combo. So I think it's going to make people not run 4 of the same super combos anymore, which I think is fantastic. I think a lot of people are just doing that anyways, and when we get these decisions where, okay, which one's actually the best super combo? Is it a 2-2 split sometimes, or like being able to make these techs? I think that's going to be really cool. So great card. I'm looking forward to the other super combos that are going to be multicolors, and hopefully they all do. Like most of the super combos right now are strictly card draw. And then there's Shugesh, but we don't talk about him anymore. And I really do like them opening this design space and saying, okay, super combos don't have to draw cards anymore, but they still are going to give you some big advantage over some other cards. So hopefully this works out. It has energy exhaust too, which doesn't matter because you aren't charging your super combos anyways. So I think that's good. It's also Universe 7. Oh, that's a really good tag to have. You can just find this immediately. Let's see. CC exists. Okay, Metacooler Core. I don't. So this is like the only card that would make sense with it. It's a 7-drop from like 2 years ago. So this says active main, choose one card from your hand or one big Getty star in your battle area and place it under this card. Choose up to one Metacooler core card from your deck or hand other than Metacooler core, Titanic Glare. Play it on top of this card in active mode, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. So this I don't know. So like this is like super late support for this, and it's not super cool in my mind. But we also are getting a new Metacooler leader, so maybe it's wrong. Looks like they're going to be making it red yellow, which makes sense because I mean like the original stuff is yellow, so it has to be yellow something. If you don't know what the 7-drop does, so you so when you active main evolve or whatever you want to call it, you have this Metacooler core, and then under it is a big Getty star. Hopefully, and then also when you have this 7-drop, it says place one Metacooler card from your battle area into the drop area. This card gains plus 5k power for duration of the turn. And then also auto when you play this card or when it attacks, if big Getty star is under this card, choose 2 Metacooler from your drop area and play them. So like the idea is that you can play this, you get 2 Metacoolers, and then when you swing, you get 2 more. And that's pretty much it. I mean, but that's like 4 cards you get out there, so it's not like it's not significant. In an active battle, you can just like swing with your Metacoolers, and then after they swung, you can use this active battle to place them in the drop areas, so you can combo with them during the when they're in rest mode essentially. So that's kind of nice too. It's just a big single strike boy though. So that's like the only reason it's not super good, but. With I don't know. This is a turn 4. Like I don't know. I don't think it'd be broken if this was like a turn 3 guy. But turn 4 is pretty late in the game, and we don't even have like world peace anymore, so we can't like cheat this out as easily. But yeah, I think this is all right. We'll see what the rest of the archetype says, but I mean at least it's somewhat. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it does enough. And then lastly we have Frieza, Undying Emperor. Right, last one. Yep. So counterplay, if the battle card being played has an energy cost 3 or less, it is returned to its owner's hand, and instead of being played, then play this card. Neat. So this is nice. This is kind of like I mean, this is like a battle card of, what is it? Is that all you got? Is that what it's called? No, it's you're wide open. Extra card. There we go. So it's kind of like a battle card version of this. Big differences are just one, that it's a 3 less instead of a 4 less, but the uptake is that you have you get this for free. And then if you also want to compare it to like the multi-counter, the Gohan 3-drop, that's blue right here, and Undying Spirits and Gohan. So the difference between these two is that the counterplay timing for this guy, you play this card, and then also you get the reduction for multicolor. So you don't have to be running multicolor for this to work. But this you don't negate it from being played, I guess, right? Because this is counterplay timings, which means that this card gets around barrier but doesn't get around deflect, and then this card gets around deflect but does not get around barrier. So it's really what you want. And I can see both. If you're playing like a control heavy deck that also like this is like a Universe 7 tag and a Frieza Clan tag. So these are actually really good tags for both these archetypes. So just having this in your deck that's like, okay, it's slightly worse than you're wide open, but the fact that it also has synergy and you can combo with it, I think this card can be good. And also when you get the advantage that you get to actually physically play this card too when you pay the 2 energy. So I think this is a pretty good card. This tags probably are what really make it, since Frieza Clan and Universe 7 are both going to be really important this upcoming set. So having a card that also counters stuff with those tags, I think is nice. And yeah, that's really it. So these cards are cool. It's really making me look forward to we don't have some catchy name for these yet, but these combo extra cards, extra combos. That's what they're called right now, extra combos. And the super combo as well. It's going to be interesting to see what the other colors are going to get. So yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know about what you think about these cards. Let me know what you think these other multi super combos are going to do, and I'll catch you all next time.